So I'm going to be talking about this Graves game I just played. Graves is free this week, and he is an AD carry. Yeah, and it's just a normal game. So in terms of the skill level between all the players, um, it's it's debatable. But in terms of this video, it's really just to showcase some of the decision making and basics of an AD carry that are fundamental to knowing the role, playing against it, playing as it, um, and just some basic stuff about um, transferable fundamentals. Right? Fundamentals are transferable. That's why they're fundamental. They're basics. All right. So I'm gonna be turning down the audio of my actual in-game recording, and just zoom to the portions of the game where they're actually worth talking about. So at the start here, really no reason to actually be up there. If anything, you can do early game is to put this ward down, which I just, put a ward down by that river area if you get there fast enough. But if not, no big deal. Alright. In terms of the laning setup, the, the moment I get to lane, I start shoving. I start getting the minions down so that I can get a fast level 2. Now they're a little bit late to lane, so I'm wondering what's going on. Jinx is 4 HP. Alistar isn't. So there's the possibility that Alistar and Jinx took the Krugs, but it's more likely that they just were helping with the leash, and Alistar took a lot of damage. So that's that. So you saw right there. Let's rewind this a little bit. I'm gonna look at Jinx and Alistar's positioning right here, and I know that by me positioning this far forward, I'm gonna get hit by Jinx for sure. Any capable Jinx player will be able to swap to rockets and hit any target that's this close to her. But it's worthwhile because I'm gonna be hitting her with my buckshot as well as Alistar. And I might even get an auto attack. No, I don't get an auto attack, but it's still worthwhile because I hit 2 of them with my harder hitting ability, where she just hit me with an auto attack. Go back to CSing. You see right here, as a melee support and wearing the relic shield, Alistar will come forward to the minion wave, and that's when you have to harass him. Not you should, you have to harass melee supports, or anybody that comes within your auto attack range as an AD carry. That's really, really important. So you see, Jinx comes forward and auto attacks me with a rocket. She's not using her maximum range, and that's a big mistake by her. She should have, or she does have, a much greater range with her rockets than Graves' auto attack, but she moved way too far forward, and if she hits me at that close of range, I'm going to return with an auto attack to her face. Don't manage to actually hit her with the buckshot, but it's not a big deal. Managed to get the ward here, which is actually really nice. And we're still pushing. I still want the level 2 as much as possible. Okay, and you see what I did right there? So I knew Jinx was going to go for the last hit, and I wanted to get some auto attacks down on her. So I say, look, Jinx is using minigun to farm. Now, this is a little bit more advanced beyond the fundamental, but for certain champions, a lot of champions, there's always a trade-off when you gain power using your abilities. So for example, Jinx, if she decides to use minigun, the benefit she's getting is that obviously it ramps up her attack speed. Well, not obviously, that's just the ability. If she uses her minigun, it's shorter range, but she gets much more attack speed. The trade-off is that she has to come closer in range though. So if you're not punishing her for coming closer into range, she's basically getting the free benefit of ramping up her attack speed. Now that might not seem like a huge deal in the laning phase. You might be asking, does it really matter that much? But you need to have that mindset that anytime the enemy is getting a benefit, you have to ask yourself, are they paying the price for it? Nothing in League comes for free. that benefit of her gaining attack speed means she's sacrificing attack range. So I see she's still in minigun right now, and she's going to take that CS, and she's not going to swap out. Right, she's still in minigun form, so I'm going to get on one auto attack, move forward. Don't manage to land the buckshot, but that's okay. See, once again, she's really greedy for the CS. She takes it within minigun range, and Brand lands his spells on her. And that's the kind of play you need to make, because it starts to add up. One auto attack, one spell, one auto attack, one spell. She's still being super greedy using her minigun. We get level 2, and that's why we're going to push them off the wave. They have to respect that. Look, she swaps to Rocket, finally realizing that it's a little bit risky. And I'm just asking myself, you know, can I land any free autos? Can I land any free autos? Brand lands a nice W, that does a lot of damage. I'm looking at Alistar's positioning, he comes forward, I land an auto attack there, move backward. Whenever you land an auto attack on the enemy champions and you're within a minion wave, the minion aggro will immediately swap to you. So you need to move backwards to drop the minion aggro, because that can really hurt, especially if there's a cannon minion. So that was actually hitting me for a while. Graves has the ability to tank up a little bit more minion damage because he has his passive, the True Grit, which gives him a lot of armor and magic resistance when it ramps up. But overall, one of the fundamentals of an AD carry, or really anybody that's harassing, anytime a fundamental of harassing, when you attack the enemy champions, the minion aggro will swap to you. And early game, that can add up to a lot of damage. Brand lands another nice W. Once again, Jinx being so greedy with her minigun usage. Not only did Brand land his W on her, I managed to land an auto attack and a buckshot. That's a lot of damage. So you can see, I can tell she really wants this cannon minion, and she's just been playing super greedy with her positioning. With her minigun usage. Now, the reason why I'm not afraid so much of the Alistar, even though we're kind of close to tower, you know, this is one of the basics of Alistar, playing against Alistar, is you need to respect the flash, pulverize, and then headbutt backwards. But he's level 2, and if you noticed previously, he was using his heal. So at level 2, he only has 2 abilities. At most, the headbutt, or pulverize, and heal. So that's fine, I can keep challenging. He actually messes up his headbutt. And that means that his headbutt is down, his only zoning 2 is down, and his heal is the only thing he has left. I say, alright, I'm going to punish them really hard. This is the problem of playing a melee support, which is unlike a range support, where even if you use all your abilities, you can thread in auto attacks, you can, you know, posture and chip away at them with autos. As a melee support, if you miss your abilities, yeah, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to push past my minion wave with my quick draw to land a strong buckshot and an auto attack. So this is me playing very aggressive, but that's because Alistar has nothing to stop me. His headbutt or his pulverize is still on cooldown right now, so I know I can make this play. We managed to land so much damage on Jinx. Brand threads a very nice stun on her, so I flash in for the last auto attack. We're going to get a lot of damage on Alistar, but what's going through my mind right now is that his headbutt is going to be coming, or his pulverize is going to be coming up very soon. That cooldown is going to be coming up very soon. And he still has his heal, so he heals already. So now what's going through my mind is that, okay, he's already healed. That means if Brand lands this stun, I should go in to finish him off, because he's not going to be able to heal, and he's going to be stunned, so he's not going to be able to pulverize me under the tower. Brand lands the stun, I say, alright, I'm going in. Now, it's a little bit unfortunate right here that because Brand is, he only enters the tower range after me. He was positioning really well at the side here. It's perfect positioning from Brand to not get tower aggro. I actually get the tower aggro when I'm already low on HP, and it's a mistake of mine to not have been drinking my health pot. I didn't know we would be going for this dive. But the good news is we do get the double kill and Alistar's flash. He was trying to flash pulverize to lock me up under tower. I heal to try and get out, but unfortunately tower lands 2 shots on me, which is just a bit too much. But overall, still very worth it. So just to go over that portion again, and why that was possible, or how that whole series of events was possible. We look at the mistake that Jinx made. Okay, is it? Okay, number one, Jinx is going to be very greedy with her minigun usage, so she's going to want to come up for this cannon minion. I landed a bunch of auto attacks on her before this. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm landing one there. One auto attack. Let's see. Two auto attacks. I think I'm going to get one more. No? Okay, but two auto attacks drops her low enough. The moment Alistar misses his pulverize, I say, alright, we can go in aggressively. Heals down as well. Aggressive, quick draw in to land all the buckshot damage, and that's what you gotta do. The moment the melee support uses their abilities, you have an opening to go in. Now, of course, I want to throw a disclaimer out there that the jungle is not warded, so it's pretty it's very, very aggressive. You know, we don't have the river warded, so we're going past the river without much vision, or without any vision, so we're getting very, very aggressive. But again, the melee support has no abilities to stop us, so effectively, if you're looking at this lane, especially with the heal already being used, it's really a 2v1 versus Jinx. Like, this is what has to click in your mind when you're going up against these very early game skirmishers, which is, if they use their abilities and even if they're ranged, sometimes the auto attacks don't do that much damage. You've got a 2v1 on your hands. Even if Nidalee comes, it's a 2v2 until Alistar gets his pulverize back. And as you saw from the clip just now, that takes quite a while. So we get a double kill, I die, boohoo, sad. And the rest of the lane is pretty much us just bullying our way with greater damage. I buy pickaxe as well as boots because I didn't have enough for the full BF sword. I had 1,200. Pickaxe for the damage, obviously, and boots, especially with Alistar's flash down. You know, regardless of whether Alistar's flash was down or not, I still would have gotten boots on and pickaxe. Pickaxe obviously for the damage, and then boots will help you to move around, kite, especially like a melee support a little bit better, dodge skill shots a little bit better, and zone effectively with your auto attack range even, because you move into range faster. Alistar does a good job right here, headbutting Lee Sin away. I'm not sure why exactly Jinx flashed. It's just very strange. Maybe she was afraid of the brand stun, or brand flash stunning her right there. So what happened right there is because Jinx had already flashed and Alistar had already headbutted Lee Sin away, that gank was already called off. And there's a huge minion wave right here about to crash onto the tower. That's why I switched my focus back to the minions. So I see Lee Sin coming in, but there's all these minions under the tower right here. The moment this happens, Jinx flashes and Lee Sin gets headbutted away. I say, okay, as an AD carry or as a player, you should know that the gank is off. Unless you're playing like as a whole team or something, like then communicate to each other, like sacrifice the minions, come for the kill or whatever, you know. So see, the tower's still hitting, and I don't want to miss all the CS, so I get most of it. I miss a few, but yeah. Overall, pretty much more of the same. I think Brand just keeps landing a good amount of damage. You can see, like, right here, I know Jinx is going to want to come for the CS. As an AD carry, playing your lane, any lane actually, you need to understand this. Fight for every single CS. And if it's a predictable action, like an auto attack that's going to come out, auto attacks always action lock your champion. You can cancel your auto attack, but there's an animation that triggers when you auto attack. So whenever you're going for a minion, a last hit, you lock your character into place. Once again, it's this idea of trade-offs in League of Legends, which is if you want the money, you're going to have to pay the price of locking your champion into place, issuing a command, an auto attack command, and waiting for that command to trigger. So I say, I'm not even going to give you that chance. I know Jinx wants to come and get the CS. I say, no way. I land one auto attack on her. She misses the CS. It's a little thing. It's a little thing, but I'm making a big thing out of it because it adds up and it sends the message to the enemy that you're going to have to really, really work hard to get something out of this lane, to get something out of your play. You know, you're going to need to work hard. So you can see how Jinx has swapped to Rocket. She knows. I'm not going to be able to get any CS from minigun anymore. It's good, you got the message. But the memo they didn't get was that Brand was in this bush, and this is absolutely horrible positioning from Jinx. What Alistar needs to do right now is, if he's a good support, is say, alright Jinx, you messed up, headbutt um, headbutt Brand away or me fast, because the stun is already coming in, so he could have actually blocked that, and it wouldn't have stunned him because he wasn't the one hit by the first of Brand's spells. He doesn't do any of that, headbutts me away way too slow. After Brand lands the stun, there's so much damage from my buckshot as well. I ping the minion wave so that Brand knows I'm not chasing, in case like he wants to dive on the tower or like the jungler comes. I'm like, bro, I'm not going beyond that one kill. So we get more tower damage. Scores 3-1 now. So once again, Alistar is the melee support. He tries to come in for last hits. I'm asking myself, okay, can I last hit him, or can I auto attack him? Can I auto attack him? I know we're much stronger now, so just looking for a fight. Once again, Jinx positions very, very poorly. They do get the ward down, but I ping him saying I'm level 6. Alright, let's kill Jinx. Auto attack. One more auto attack to finish her off. Now, this is easy in the sense that we have a lot of damage, but I want to show you how we maximize our damage. And I say we, I mean me. I mean Brand, whatever. This isn't a Brand video. This is a Graves video. So, Brand locks down Jinx. What I should have done is put in one more auto attack before buckshotting, but I buckshot. I basically land all my skill shots while she's stunned. So there's no possibility of her like flashing out or, you know, the spell's missing. My buckshot clears the minion wave as well to give me level 6. I was very, very close to 6, so I knew I'd hit it. And then I ping for it, so we're going for this because I have my 6. I E in, now this is the important part, I E in, and I'm within auto attack range. So I land one auto attack first, and then my ulti, and then one more auto attack. So if I didn't use my closing of distance with quick draw to land that one auto attack, I would have needed 2 auto attacks after just firing my ultimate off immediately after quick drawing, rather than auto attack, quick draw into auto attack range, so auto attack ultimate, then last auto to finish her off. Otherwise, if it was just quick draw ulti auto attack, I would have needed 2 auto attacks, and because my range is kind of short on Graves, I might have needed to expend my heal. So this is how you maximize your damage as an AD carry. Always, 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 if you can thread in an auto attack, and they're not gonna like say flash away, you know. If you know you've got them within your sights, within your range, and they're not gonna like flash away or do anything crazy like that, get in as many auto attacks as possible to maximize your damage before finishing them off for the kill. Did we get another kill? Oh, we kill Alistar again. Okay, so at this point, especially with my BF sword, I know that we're so much stronger right now. And I've also bought 2 health potions and 2 mana potions because I really want to go aggressive. I know we're super strong right now. I don't even need my ulti. And I know we can win this. So you can see right here, all these exclamation marks. This is actually a big minion wave that we're fighting in, and I actually get dropped a little bit low. The exhaust from Alistar is very, very slow. All the damage has already been dropped on Jinx. She's half HP. So I get exhausted, so I say, okay, I'm going to move back. I quick drop backwards because I know Brand can finish off Alistar. And then I move forward, but I have to respect the minion wave right there and Alistar's ability to so-called all-in me. But I have my heal, so it's not a big deal. And this really just was a case of us forcing the fight, or me initiating the fight because we're so far ahead. So again, no ulti, big minion wave, but I have my potions, so I know I'm going to be able to sustain through this fight. Or rather, I know I'm going to be able to trade very strongly, if not just outright win. Buckshot, do a lot of damage with my build, with my superior items rather. Brand finishes her off. It's very, very easy. So know when you have the power in your hands, and then just push the enemy, and don't let them get back in the game. Like, I'm already 4-1, or I was already 3-1, and I have the BF sword advantage. I have the damage advantage. I know I'm going to even be able to stay in lane after, even if I don't kill her. Like, I know I'm going to be able to win a trade, and I'm going to be able to heal back up with my sustain from my potions. You have to take that. You can't allow the enemy to get back into the game just because you play chicken. And if you're already so strong, then you should just be making sure that they don't ever get a foot back into the game, like ever. And that just makes the game very, very smooth from there. So 5-1, doing great. Mid lane, something happens. So I'm waiting right here because I know LeBlanc was playing pretty aggressively, and there's two of them here. Now I'm wondering if, you know, if they're a little bit dumb or careless or overly aggressive, they'll try and dive LeBlanc, like Nidalee will hop in or something, and then I can come in with all my spells and my flash to get a kill. So let's see if that happens. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But the point being, the first time you rotate out of your lane into another lane, the first time is really important because it's the first time. An enemy may or may not be expecting it. You can see if you can catch them by surprise, you know, making an overly aggressive play, not respecting the basics of vision. Right now what's going through my mind is I know Alistar is going to flash, pulverize me, and try and headbutt me back into tower. But I have Brand here, I have LeBlanc here, and I have my Infinity Edge. So I know that if Alistar does that and he's not level 6 yet, he's gonna die because I can return so much damage to him. So watch, there it is. One auto attack. Was it 2 auto attacks? 2 auto attacks. So I say, yeah, come on Alistar. 1 auto attack, that's a crit. So 306. Second auto attack is also a crit, so quite fortunate. But I land a full-on buckshot, so he gets absolutely chunked. This was expected, but I still have my flash. Nidalee wasn't around, so I was like, Kha'Zix and Alistar, they're not going to be able to all-in me. I buckshot out to clear more distance, drop the rest of my spells to get more damage. LeBlanc goes in for the kill. Really, really easy. And the only reason why I played this aggressively was because I had my flash to outplay them in that situation. I had my allies there to back me up. Now this is, again, I don't know these guys, so it was a little bit of a risk, but you know, LeBlanc and Brand, if they're smart, they'll go for easy kills, and Alistar's actions right there were so predictable, just really, really easy, and we get an easy kill like that. After helping out in mid, I go back to bottom because there's a massive wave that's been pushing, and that's one of the ways to pick up a lot of farm as an AD carry, is if you win lane, you down your tower, go help out mid, you know, get the scuttle crab, whatever, and the enemy will be picking up farm in the bottom lane as well, and that'll mean that unless they're freezing and last hitting, most likely they'll be a little bit impatient to get gold quickly because they're behind. They will kill the minions a bit faster, and then the wave will push towards your tower, and then it'll stack up, you know, a nice amount of minions like this, and then you can pick them all up. Easy peasy. As Graves, just use your buckshot and max your smokescreen second for just a whole bunch of burst. Smokescreen does magic damage. Some people will argue that quick draw, you know, if you max that second, it goes on a shorter cooldown, more attack speed, all that kind of thing. But honestly, in my experience, buckshot first, obviously, for the physical damage burst. Smokescreen second is great as well because smokescreen or buckshot, smokescreen, and collateral damage, your ultimate. Those three, if you land them on any squishy target in the early or mid game, they're either dead or chunked out, and you can get objectives. Easy, really easy. Just poor rotation from, poor movements from the mid and jungle right here. They get kind of pincered at the top side, the left side, and then we just get this tower for free. So it's really easy right there. Over here I see Kha'Zix coming down, and I know I'm so strong. I'm pretty much the strongest on my team now, or just strong enough to push Kha'Zix away. They don't really need me at the dragon, so I basically just go and make the 100% play. So this is what I call the 100% play, which is, you know, out of all the things that could possibly happen to mess up your team's play, you know, and lower the 100% chance of you guys, say, getting a tower, a dragon, an objective. What would it be? And it'd be something annoying like Kha'Zix jumping in and doing like a Superman steal with his W. You know, something that sounds very lame and very improbable. If it's lame and improbable, then just deny that from the enemy. Like, why let that happen in the first place? Don't even give them that opportunity to do that. So I just shove Kha'Zix away, and yeah, it's 100% play. It's nothing flashy. It's nothing, you know, worth a highlight reel, but it just gives your team and yourself, importantly, you know, you practice that mentality of denying the enemy, you know, even the slightest bit of chance of getting back into the game. And this is something that applies to any and all playing of League of Legends. So I come in from the side right here. I see Lee Sin hit his Q, so I just land a bunch of damage, hoping he'd go in for the execute. But it doesn't really matter. Again, I have the mana pot, so I'm not afraid to just spam my ulti to chunk people low. Yeah, pretty much that's that. I'm just playing quite aggressively now because I know I'm super fed. I've got my heal as well, so I can juke around a little bit. I've got my tier 2 boots. Gonna get red buff. What happens here? Oh, okay. So here, Brand goes pretty aggressive. Almost lands his stun right there. Lands a good W to actually chunk Nidalee very, very low. What's going on right here is I see Brand get chunked this low, and because he got hit by Morelos, I was like, chances are he's going to die, and my heal won't help him that much. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna all in Vel'Koz. Like, if Vel'Koz locks himself in position like that, he's basically saying, yeah, I just want the Brand kill. And here, Alistar's AFK, so we just like don't kill him, which is really good, you know. I mean, if this is ranked or something, probably we just take the kill and like secure our LP. But since it's normal, I just show him some GM, some good manners. And then Jinx comes and like BMs me, which is like, yo, just let me live. So I'm considering right now, do I just like buckshot Alistar and finish him off with like an auto attack? But nah, I decide to back off. And then he starts to move. I say, okay. I say, lol, okay. And then Alistar's moving again, and I know what he's gonna try and do. The moment I see Alistar walk past the minion wave like this without the relic shield, it's like flash headbutt coming in. So I I auto attack him a whole bunch. I punish him just by shooting all my spells in his face. Probably if I landed the smoke screen he would have died, but I had the red buff, so I wanted to just auto attack him. So you could see right there, it's so obvious what he wanted to do, which was land the headbutt, the flash pulverize. So Alistar's pretty low right here. See, if I had auto attacked him once, then yeah, this last auto attack. Then again, he had his ulti, so I'm not sure whether I really would have been able to kill him. But yeah, just dodging the very obvious, very telegraphed signs from Alistar. And since he tried to all in me, you know, I don't care if you were laggy or whatever, bro. It's not gonna happen. LeBlanc gets a nice chain. That's good. Pretty much this game is done. Let me see. Oh, okay. So here's a good example of, again, this portion right here is a good example of what you need to do as an AD carry, which is anytime somebody wanders into your attack range, and you can get free damage on them, just like that. Like literally walking here, even if that auto attack wasn't a crit, it's sending her the message: back off. You're not gonna be able to walk within my attack range and get away with that for free. That's very important as an AD carry. If you don't send that message to the opponents, they're gonna be able to outplay you, juke you, zone you, just have so much confidence to know that you are lacking in your basics as an AD carry. So here as well, I see Vel'Koz is like, bro, you have what, like 800 range ability, and you're coming within my 450 attack range. Like, you're gonna get hit. 136 damage doesn't seem like a whole lot. I see Brand get knocked up right here, but I land the crit, and I know Vel'Koz has locked himself into place, so I just buckshot, ulti, and then land a few more autos, and he dies. Quick draw to move out of the spear, so I don't get all in. Trying to bait for LeBlanc right here, but nothing happens. Lee Sin takes top. I see Jinx bottom. I know she has no flash, so I just all in her along with Darius. Super easy kill. What happens here? Oh, here we're just kind of messing around with them because we're low HP, but okay. Again, know the power of your abilities. We take the speed trend right here just because we can. And I see right here, Nidalee jumps over, so the first thing I do is I turn around and auto attack her, and I see all three of them bunching right here. All three of them. And for Graves, that's great. Like, it means I can lay down all my AoE bursts. So I drop my buckshot. I drop my smoke screen as well, which is really important. This will cover the entire entrance. Kha'Zix jumps that way, so he's out of the picture. So this is how you break down a fight as an AD carry. I still have my flash and my heal, so I know that I could definitely all in somebody, especially with my items. I'm very, very far ahead. blocking off the entrance right here means that even though I'm kind of low, they don't know where LeBlanc is, especially because they're blinded, and I have the speed shrine, so we are like just winning in terms of our positioning and setup because of my smoke screen. So again, this choke, buckshot, smoke screen, collateral damage, you can see it chunks them so low. And then we chase Nidalee through the brush, which isn't gonna happen. Kha'Zix, I don't know what happens. Darius just like totally ignores Kha'Zix. I should have dodged the W a bit better. And then Kha'Zix is here. And it's really unfortunate that I didn't have mana for smokescreen, or I didn't have my vision, because what I would have done is just buckshot and then auto attack buckshot and then flash heal out and then have vision here for the last auto attack. You can see one last auto attack and then he ignites me, which is really really sad. So yeah, so again no, I mean it was still okay, but if I had vision then definitely he would have died straight out clean. And there's the surrender, and there we go. Again, S minus grade, which is pretty good, pretty decent. And I did like what, almost 17,000 damage to the enemy team, so that's really good. Right. So just to recap, some of the basics that this video shows, which is one, as an AD carry, anytime an enemy wanders into your auto attack range, you must auto attack them, unless you have something better to do, like get a last hit, get money. But know your auto attack range so that anytime an enemy walks into your auto attack range, you punish them, you harass them. Number two, in the laning phase, if you're playing, learn how to play the 2v2, which is anytime they expend a cooldown, especially at level 1 and 2 and 3, where there's only, one or two abilities available to them. And especially if they're melee support and they don't even have like auto attack harass to bring to the table. Know how you can play the skirmish to your advantage. Know how you can bully them and basically win the lane just from being very very aggressive and zoning them away when their cooldowns are down. Number three, in terms of knowing when you're stronger in terms of item builds, if you go back and say you get your BF sword and they're still sitting on something like pickaxe, go aggressive. Make sure you bring some potions if you want to be able to stay in lane after the trade, and even if you can't kill them, go for the trade because you'll come out ahead and then you can snowball your superior position from there. Alright, so I hope that helped. Thanks for watching. See you guys.